Hey Dan, hope you're good, buddy. Just having a bit of trying to do something, few bits and pieces with my speedrun car, bud. I thought I'd do a bit of a live whilst I'm at it. That just rolled away. I need a bit more light. That's a bit better. I can see a bit better now. Yes, I'm very well, buddy, very well. I'll give you a little look over this in a minute. I just wanted to do a couple of little adjustments while I was remembering what I had to do. Oh, don't knock your beer over. Had a couple of beers here today. Hello everybody, bit of a chat and look at my speedrun car. So my camera's a bit set up precariously at the moment. So I have, this is my attempt at going a plus 120 miles an hour. So we have a twin motor. I based it on Thunder Tiger EK4, EB4 even. I think it's just a straight EB4. I don't think it's the S2. And I put my own chassis and then built it from there, basically. Twin motors. So I've got they're 4284 motors. I'm running a 32 pinion and a 46 spur at the moment. Hi there, unknown slime. Hi. I'm sorry, yeah, two 4284 motors with 160 amp 6S capable ESCs. So it's basically just a 6S car, but it is two 6Ss, you know. So it's got compartment on either side for two 6Ss. I've completely built this from scratch for less than £500, you know, literally. So the front end and the back end, that was like from a job lot that cost me £100 for 3 nitro cars. This was part of Thunder Tiger EB4, EK4 and EB4 chassis. This one's an EB4. I had the EK4 as well. And then I thought, well, how fast can I send it? I've had 81 so far with this. So 81 is pretty, I love cars, mate. I love cars. But yeah, 81 is pretty good for just a random build. As far as I know, I looked at the records earlier, and the fastest Thunder Tiger is a TD5 or a TB5, and that's got 100. The fastest Thunder Tiger EB4 S2 is at 87. Now, I don't know whether this still classes as a Thunder Tiger EB4 because I extended it, but how would I know, you know? Rather watch a tree grow or a Negro. Oh, very funny. Ha ha, very funny. That's very funny. But yeah, hey, and this is the body that I have fitted on it. So it's quite a streamlined body. This body has done one of the speed guys. He's got 195 with the same body. So I'm looking to get it pretty cool, like, you know, looking to get it to at least 120 or so. But yeah, just doing a little bit of work on this one. Just wanted to checking this rear end. That's like a bit better. It's still a bit. So I was having last time out, I was having a few difficulties with traction. Okay, so I was using a Dumbo radio. Dumbo radio is not the way to go for if you're running speed because you're trying to get a smooth throttle flow. And if you can't get a smooth throttle flow, then obviously you're not going to get your wheels, the traction down to the road. So, and we've hired a small airstrip that we go to, and yeah, I was finding that with my Dumbo, I was getting too much pull on the beginning of the throttle, and I was wheel spinning on the back wheels, and it would slide out, so I'd have to let off again. And we've only got 440 meters, so by the time I got to a point where I could gain traction again, I was at only got a 71 mile an hour last time out, but the time out before was 81. Literally, the first shakedown of the car. Had not done any tightenings or any extra parts to it. I just literally built it and see what happens. And I got 71 then, 81 then, and then 71 last time. But yeah, so like it's a bit of a random project, really. I'm just saw all the speedrunners and thinking they're spending £2,000 on a car, and I'm like, wow, never going to be able to spend that. Can I build something to go 120 mile an hour for £500? And I think that I've succeeded so far, apart from the actual goal. I've built the car. It's now just getting it there. We did a calculation on the gearing and stuff. And we had, with the 32 tooth pinions that are on there now and the 46 tooth spur on 1/8 parts of the, knowing the gears inside and the wheel diameters, for the 130, for the 32, it came up with 138 as a no rolling resistance. So that was what they could capable. But because there's two motors, I'm thinking there's more chance of it getting to that speed rather than not getting to that speed. You know what I mean? Like if it was one motor, then trying to get to that power, that speed, because of the rolling resistance and all that, you're going to struggle a bit more. But having two motors to compensate, and it's not much heavier or much weight. It's literally like that much weight and then a bit of chassis. That's all in a battery, so it's not really much more weight, but much more power to go through it. I've got a good chance of it. And we put it the calculation for the 40 tooth pinion, which I've got there as well, and that said 173. So I'm hoping once we've given this a full test on these 32s and got that, yeah, sharing the load basically, Dan, that's right. Once I've got the 120, which I'm hoping to get with this setup here, I will put the 40 tooth pinions on, and to get 150 would be absolutely insanely fun. But I mean, to make 150 is like, that's a goal and a half. But 120 was the project. The project is 120 miles an hour for under £500. I mean, the Armour Limitless is the car that they usually go for their testing with, and that's a £415 car just to buy the chassis, basic chassis, no extras, no motors, computers, radio gear, servos, or anything like that. So to make something for that speed, for that money, I think it's quite fun. The body alone cost me £95, so the whole rest of it for under £400, not including the wheels on my £400, because they're something that go very, very quickly and you lose those quickly. But yeah, at the moment I'm aiming for 120. Let's give you a quick look on the underside. It's quite insane. I've had to drill so many holes so that I could take off parts if I needed to. I've got motor mount holes here. We've got the rear end holes just in case I had to take them off. The rest of them are like not drilled through, but you can see it's like a mishmash of all lots of different things. Like I've got aluminium channel that was cheap from CRS, our local building supplier. A piece of T6 aluminium, 3mm aluminium for the chassis, which I got a friend to cut the main bulk off, and I finished the rest by hand. Hand drilled all the holes and all the everything for everything. One of my motors is 1 degree or 2 degrees offline, so I had to shave out the holes to make it so it lined up better. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun building it, and it's the nerves of trying to get that throttle down and getting that smooth, perfect throttle on your Dumbo. It's just impossible almost. Yeah, you can do it if you're the ultimate professional, but I'm not there yet. So I've got myself the new Radiomaster. Well, it's not a new, but it is a new one. I got myself a Radiomaster MT12, and that's got a launch control on it. So all the holes should add lightness. Yes, Dan. It's not heavy. That's the thing, though. Most of the cars, they're in the 10 kilo to 12 kilo range. This one's actually only 7.5 to 8. So I'm a little bit lighter than most of the cars that I've been seeing. So I've got a good chance. Had a few mishaps. I've had wheel coming off, but it ended up in front, sat here on the front splitter here. I've had motor coming loose, pinion coming loose. I've had the motor mount came loose slightly. Had that 71 miles an hour that I got from last time. I lost the rear drive cup, the pin from in the back of the rear spur tower came loose. So I was only one-wheel drive. I was only powering the front wheels. Both these motors were spinning the motors only to the front. This rear was loose. So yeah, I did 71 mile an hour in only front wheel drive. So yeah, I think 120 is no problem. Considering though nowadays it's 226 or 28 miles an hour for the record. That's insane. That's like, how? It's hard to get a real car to that speed. So, you know, it really makes you think, like, how can they get the cars to that speed? But they do. It's gearing and stuff and all that. But it's insane. It is insane. One of the things I hate about this, though, is the fact that the wiring doesn't help. You need to have shorter wiring, and I'm not the best at all this yet. So I need to get better at all these sorts of things. But yeah, for a scratch build, it's pretty fun, really. I've had a lot of enjoyment in this hobby, and yeah, they are faster than most one-to-one cars there, Dan. Faster than most of them. I've got quite a collection of cars now, really, to be honest, as well. I've been picking up little bargains here and there, Tamiyas and Team Associated and Actual Rafe, Nitro Savage and things. So yeah, it's been quite a fun last couple of months or so, picking up some cheap cars to work on. I still have my absolute beasts that I have. Let me pop this one back up a second. What was that? There was one more thing I needed to do. Can't remember what it was. I had a few beers, so the memory's not the greatest. But yeah, right, we'll pop that one up and I'll just grab my next one down. What else have I got? So this is the thing that won me, or would have won me, prizes if I'd have taken it to the event. My 8x8, you can hardly see it there. My random, it's Kevin Talbot's done a 12x12 with Ravines, and then he's upgrading it now. I've made one from 2 Ravines, so I've got a mass wiring harness in the middle here with 4 computers and UBEC there to take all the power through to hold the battery and everything. So there's an ESC for each of the motors in the axles, and there's extended servos on each of upgraded servos on each of these. So this is my fun machine, like just taking it out and enjoying building extra things on it every now and again. Like last year I took it out and I went to Funduro in Derbyshire, and it had no suspension, so all of this was attached directly to the chassis here. So all these axles, I had a little small piece of aluminium channel holding onto this first link behind the servo here, and that held that up into the chassis. And then I've added suspension this year, and it actually has a lot of articulation when you think that it's got very wobbly. So whenever it loses traction, if you go over a bump, so the front wheels off on bound ground and the rear wheels are on the ground only, the middle wheels, they're wobbling, trying to find traction wherever they can, and as soon as they got it, it grips, and it is just moving whenever, as soon as you start. But it's so much like the Kevin Tolbert one. I've only got 3. I'd love to have 3 and try and extend it even further, but happy with my 2. It's with my body that I made from polystyrene. It turns it into a 133 scale Arctic beast like thing. It's kind of interesting, just giving it my own little twist to it. Oh, knocking down tires. Just put them back up. What I'm working on at the moment, you can see it on the shelf up behind me, is pulling everything off the shelf. But this is an extending chassis out of draw rails. So the servos here, the servos on the back, that's the front there, they will extend the chassis out from like basically 12 inches long extra. I've got to finish building it all. I've got multiple axles and things, but it shrinks down fully to short, so that's its shortest base, and then by the time I've finished, it will be able to extend. It's going to be 12 wheels, and it'll be able to extend fully out, so it'll be drive up a silly inclines. Yes, very handy for climbing, very fun as well. But yeah, I'm using very cheap crawler parts. I tried putting making a 110 vehicle out of it, but I found that the mechanism, the drawers were so flexible with the 110 larger stuff that was just twisting too much, and you could literally just twist it apart. So I decided to make it a little bit smaller scale, but it's nowhere near there yet. It's literally nowhere near there yet. Just totally prototype, you know. It's all floppy at the moment. But it's fun, you know. I absolutely get the most out of this hobby. I've picked up lots of cars over the past, and enjoy building with them and making things. And who else is here? So I'm looking a little bit of a woolly mammoth here. Need to have myself a beard shave again. I've been. This is another one of my favourite little cars. Little mini drift machine. Little carbon fibre one. It's quite a nice little machine. You should take these out on the car parks in the summertime. Kids are always telling me to shave it. 10-year-old daughter, she wants her cuddles, and she's always telling me to shave it. I don't mind. I do once every 3 or 4 months. Give a bit of a trim. One thing I can't stand about body shells is body pins. They're so annoying, hard to put on. You've got to be able to see the hole to put the pin in. It's so small it just slips. They just slip and slide on the post. There we go. And these ones are tiny. Dan, Dan, can't say that. Naughty, naughty. Oh, I don't like body pins at all. I so don't like body pins. They never want to go in the hole. It's so blinking small when your eyes are getting old, isn't it? There we go. That's in. Yeah, well, you been up to anything fun? I don't know if you've seen, Dan, I uploaded a video of autograss racing that I went to on Saturday. That was so much fun. I went there when I was a kid between the ages of 4 and 11 with my dad, like religiously every other weekend or so. And it was just insane fun. It's mostly minis, Yaris, your small hatchback cars with multiple massive engines in them, like your V6, V8, or twin Hayabusa, twin R1s, twin BMWs in the back of a Mini. And watching that do a grass track racing, it was just absolutely. You seen the Southern Nationals? I was there when it was Saturday and Sunday, the Southern Nationals. I was there and listening to them in the pits and Sam watching them go past you as they're lining up. That is insane fun. Insane. I've always had a passion for the grass track racing and the racing cars like that. And to go and watch them again as a adult when you went as a kid, it's a nostalgia trip, you understand? Like, went with my dad. He used to have a class 2 Austin 1100 with a 1300 engine, and I remember it so well, so vividly back of my mind. It was a light grey blue. I remember the roll cage was nothing special. It wasn't like the roll cages they have today, full on aluminium, whatever it is, steel, I don't know, full on space age frames. Nothing like that now. That back in them days. But the first classes, the class 1 and 2, they are almost the same as what they are now. It's only when you get up into the higher classes the engine sizes have changed a big deal, and all the other parts change. But yeah, great fun. You'll have to watch the video if you haven't. You did watch it. Yeah, it was absolutely great fun. I so miss. I don't know why I've been away for it for so long. I kind of, most of it, I suppose, was because the children are younger and they don't want to be listening to cars and driving around. They it's too boring for them. But when they're 10 and 13, my son, he loved it. He had a sit in a cross cart. He really enjoyed actually getting in the cross cart. My daughter got got in one too, just to sit in and enjoy. So my son went wandering off on his own for 15. Well, at 13, he went off wandering on his own. He was off gone for 45 minutes or so to an hour. I've had a eventful week, I suppose, doing bits and pieces, just random fixing of bits and pieces, doing usual household chores as you do, working on this thing slowly. I've got loads and loads of axles and parts. I've got the 6-wheel drive axles here to put in it. I've got two motors, 2 of these motors to put in it, so there'll be a motor on each end with one computer holding them both. Hopefully it will work, but it's going to be a long project, that one. This is all going to change. All of this is all prototype parts just to hold it together at first. What RC do you have, Dan? And to all the others watching, hi. Cool. Hello, Sally. That's the wife. I'm not smoking. It's a vape. It's funny. I just stepped to the back door to exhale it. It's Sally there. Dan, Mrs. Uar, I'm Chris. So quiet in here. I could hear a pin drop almost. Kind of lost words. What am I going to talk about? It's like one of those, like, I just thought I'd have a bit of a live and a bit of a chat. No worries, Dan. No worries. That's fine. Happy. Have a happy evening, like. Who else we got in the chat? Anyone? Take care, Dan. That was what I was going to do. I remember now. Oh. I need to sort out these rear body mounts. So I have these body mounts on my car that are just not holding. The front ones hold really well. I just need to remove these ones, pop new ones on. And I don't think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, that'd be the best way to do it. Do one, find some brackets, where are we needing it to be? That's too big. Just 1 second, looking through my drawer of goodies. Building supplies are great for RC enthusiasts. You can often find the parts you need in building supplies. So I need that to go approximately on there, like that. Don't think that one's going to work. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's awkwardness placing these in the right places. That's a few messages from one of the lads in the Southwest group. Need to have the positioning of these where they are. Yeah, I think the best way for this will be to remove these screws and then no, I don't actually I need to make a mount that's, because these ones move too much, I need to make a mount that's solid in exactly the same position as this is now. Trying to position something to come along in the same place. So that's almost actually right. So if I was to, sorry, yeah, I reckon a little bit of a fabrication with these posts. So I need to make two, I've got lots of standoff bits. I need a post, something that splits that in two, and then that will sit, that screw hole. No, it's not actually, is it? It's nowhere near. The hardships of using random things that you can find to build something that's going to go stupid speeds. I mean, if you can see the front, these ones here on the front mounts here, these are exactly the same as these. They're just random bits from the hardware store. So it's trying to build things like this. It's quite fun. It's certainly a challenge. It's certainly a challenge. Yeah, directly straight, those are in the right position. So it's almost right. Yeah, that's almost right. But have I got an opposite? Do I have an opposite? No, okay, back to the drawing board on that one. Trying to use random parts to build RC cars is quite fun, but can be quite frustrating when you haven't got what you actually need. So yeah, we will be forgetting about that this evening. I ain't going to be able to do that in a hurry. I think I'm going to call it an end on there. Thank you very much for coming along and joining me. and have a good evening, guys. Thank you very much. Take care, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.